So we've got 400 metres of net on here. Kefenmambly Lakes, big lake, lovely lake, loads of big fish. Obviously we're trying to crop silvers to put in some of the other lakes here. Take out the whole lake in one go, shallow. Obviously the boys are now, because the cormorants, 5 or 6 took off. The little fish, can't blame them. They're going to be under these dogwoods and in the reeds. You never catch them all. We don't want to catch them all. I want the quality of the silvers to improve. It's never about catching all the fish. It's just a cropping exercise. But to do an efficient job as we can, I don't agree with leaving it to nature, because far too many environmental factors nowadays in 2022, a bit different from the 70s. So you just do what you can. Splash out the margins, take some of the silvers out, relieves the pressure, especially when you've got algal blooms, low oxygen in the summer. Just helps, massively helps. So I'll shoot this and pull it in. Just attach an end. Having this much net is a joy because we can do the whole lake. It's very shallow. There'll be areas where there's no silvers and areas where there's a lot. Just keep leapfrogging each other, guys. I expect they'll be under the dogwoods, if anything. Just have a good old feel under there. You'll soon feel if they're under there. There'll be loads of areas where there's no fish and some areas where there are, I'm sure. Yeah, that's great. This lake's ideal because I can keep away off here. It's nice and flat, nice soft clay. And we'll just splash as best we can. Trouble is, when you've only got 100 or 200 metres on a lake like this, yeah, of course you can be lucky and chuck it round them. But you can't beat having enough kit, and at the end of the day that's the job, having the right kit for the jobs. Fine mesh, obviously if we use an 18, 20mm mesh, 24mm mesh some people use, you're just not going to catch the fish that you're trying to catch and get out. So in my opinion it's a waste of time. We're not here to look at the carp, we know the carp are in here, we'll see some anyway, but you're here to catch small fish, so that's what we're trying to catch. So you need very fine mesh like this. If it was really snaggy and really deep in the margins and we were trying to extract carp, you'd then do a lap electrofishing to try and go behind the net, which we often do as well. The trouble is, if you drop the net really close to the bank on most lakes, you pick up so much crap. You've got to imagine this net now is going to end up over there. So when you're shooting these big nets, if you drop it there, where the boys are, you'll just pick up crap that you're going to drag across the whole lake and you might catch no fish. It can go very badly wrong very quickly. So the trick is to have enough kit, enough net, and do the most efficient job you can. And to do that, you need a lot of net. We've totaled it up, we've got 1,000 metres nowadays. I've got another net on the way, which is the same as that one there. When you take on these big jobs, you don't want to turn up undergunned. It's a bit like trying to fish 1,000 acres with scopes and little match reels, you know. Of course you can catch fish on the right day, but you're better off with the right equipment for every job. I always liken it to golf. I wouldn't want to play a round of golf with a putter, but you know, you could, it'd just take you a long time. But you have a full range of clubs, and I like to have a full range of equipment at my disposal. You can use the right sort of kit in every situation. It's very shallow here, you can walk all through this. So yeah, it's 100 metres off. These lovely lodges they rent out, very pretty. "300 metres left on the boat." Yeah, always get a spawn. It's very shallow here. And we're convinced we don't lose carp around here. You'd actually see them where the boys are walking through there. You can see it's coloured. If there was 20 or 30 carp swimming through here, you'd see them colour the bottom up just when they move off and spook. So, like I say, it's a mix of keeping it off the bank enough, but you know, like I say, if it was 8-10 foot here, you'd look at potentially doing it slightly different. But we've done this lake a lot of times. It does net well. So we're right opposite now. We've used 130 metres so far. Just go around the entire lake and just keep going. crazy weather. It's 8-9 degrees today. We're in near Cardiff. Monday it was minus, and we were smashing ice just to get the nets in the water, but we still did all right. Normally with these jobs it's persistence that pays off. Yeah, we ripped the net as well, but you obviously just carry on. And again, the beauty about having enough kit, you can just move on, just keep going. It's 200 off now. 200 more. In reality, the best way to do this would be to knock 2 foot off it. Get it below these reeds, then you'd absolutely nail them. We took a 600 pounder bream out last time. And loads of small roach. Just look at the carp, they look really good. A lot of the time when you're doing these jobs, people, the anglers, put doubt in the fishery owner's mind. And they'll be saying, oh, I don't think the fish are in there, or especially if there's otters about, they go, oh, the fish have all been eaten by otters, which is never the case. But cormorants can really bugger it up. They can push year classes of fish. You end up with lots of big fish, lots of tiny little fish, and not a lot in between. And that's what we see time and time again when we're out doing this. Many times you've got decent amounts of big fish, you know, sort of pound plus, 2 pound plus. Decent amounts of fry everywhere. You can always fire out an electrofishing kit. It's very labour intensive, takes a long time, but if you're after a health check sample or anything like that, well, we're alright because we use fine mesh, but you just electrofish if you needed a health check sample, or just chuck a 100 metre net around the margins, kick the margins and get small fish out for a health check or whatever it is you need, representative sample, and then on you go. But yeah, we'll get this shot now and start pulling it in. Another really good thing about this lake is the marginal habitat. You can fish safely up to all these margins, so very few fish loss, very little damage on the fish. You can see it, look, you can just fish anywhere along here, and we always tell people to do this. It's just safe, easy margins, good for the water quality. There's no bad thing. It protects from erosion. You know, I really feel strongly about it. It's Commonwood's the same. All the lakes are fringed with lovely plant. It makes a big difference. You go to some of these commercials and there's no vegetation, no plants, and they're just missing out. And then they try and bodge together a bit of wood or metal to try and stop bank erosion, and it doesn't work. Or if it does, it works very short term and it looks absolutely terrible. You cannot beat decent marginal planting. Banging job, banging job. Summertime now, isn't it? Got the original t-shirts on there. Limited editions they are. That's the Lodge Lake done for another year. Raft of 30 pounders, we weighed quite a few of them. Must have had a good dozen, maybe more, over 32, 33 pounds, up to 36, quite a few 36s, 37s. Yeah, it's good. A few more bream removed. Won't be long before it's doing 40s, and a lot of 27s, 28s, they'll just push on a little bit more. They're looking in very, very good condition. So yeah, it's absolutely bang on. It's a nice place to be, especially when the sun's out like this. The happy workers and Dave. So this lake's very friendly to nets, so as we bring the nets in, you can put them away as we go. It's a lovely flat bank, so it's quite easy to take them off, put them away. It's all nice and neat and clean. Yeah, it's a lovely day. Well done, yeah. Yeah, if you're not sure, just lob it in there.